was 26 years, 10 months, 9 days in doing Marine reconnaissance, Force Recon, jumping out of airplanes, diving in the ocean, blowing things up compared to Black Rifle Coffee Company. Right at home.
Gunnery Sergeant Big Daddy Croft has the charm and kindness of a father until you screw up. When Big Daddy talks, everybody listens.
There are three things that can happen on the battlefield. One, you can be killed. You kill your enemy. Or three, it's a neutral kill and you kill each other. I did not have a whole lot of friends. I grew up basically taking care of my grandma and my grandpa. I joined the Marine Corps June of 1988, 5 days after high school. I wanted to go that bad. I thought it was gonna be the coolest ever. Stepping off the bus, I was scared shitless. I was like, man, you know what, maybe this is too much for me. There was a turning point 2/3 of the way in that I was like, okay, I got this and I can do this. In that same time where I was scared to death, it also was a perfect transition to the life that I wanted to lead, going from adolescent into boot camp and then coming out the other side of Marine. It's what really started my development to where I'm at today. February of 1993, I took this test that lasted 14 hours. 26 of us tested, only 2 of us were actually selected to go to the unit. As we're going through this assessment, it motivated me how many people were dropping. And that here I was, this kid with a lot of survival girth and baby fat. I was outrunning people, I was out enduring people. In the water, it was no fear. As much as they did to us in the swimming pool in that 18-hour time period, the sheer brutality of it, the physicality of it, every day you had to prove yourself to the person to the left and right. The level that these people took me to in my career professionally took me to new atmospheres. I was like, man, you know what? I've arrived. This is what my mission's gonna be for the rest of my career. When I came back off deployment, I was put on recruiting duty for 3 years. What that did for me was put me back in touch with the human race. It served me in the most critical points to come in my career, which was later on when the war started. It takes you to a whole new level when you have to communicate with people that they're signing their life away for 4 years and are making a sacrifice. I left recruiting duty and went back to Okinawa, Japan, and now I had 24 people who I had to lead, and later on had to lead into combat. And to be able to listen to them, empathize with them, sympathize with them, be able to not just say, I only give a about you when you're wearing uniform, but I give a about you all the time, that was the greatest attribute that duty could have ever done for me. It serves me to this day that there is nothing more important than the people you work with. You can give me anybody. I used to take the land of lost toys and you know what? Turn them into the most functional group of people you would ever meet in your life. You'll be begging for those guys. Nothing is more important than people you work with. I spent 22 months in combat and 17 months on many deployments around Asia. I loved it, but it was very tough for my family. Before the point that I came here, all I ever cared about was combat. All I cared about was like, I could be like, man, I love you so much. And I hear gunfire and I'm like, peace, and I'm gone. I kept volunteering to go. I wanted to be with the people that were in that unit. It didn't matter if they loved me, liked me, whatever. It was knowing that I was gonna deploy with a group of people that had a common goal, and that was that each one of us were gonna take care of one another. Being in combat gives you a sense of belonging. It is an adrenaline rush. It is everything and nothing rolled into one. It was tough to slow down and to adjust mindsets. And it took me a solid 6 months. And there was a time there where I did get in trouble. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me was my commander basically grabbing me by my ear and saying, listen, dude, change your mindset. You're back home now, change your mindset. It took me 6 months to do it. 6 months of a rough time in my life, and then 6 months of intense therapy of going 2 times a week to get calibrated again. And I did. I'd heard about an opening here, and they needed an operations type. I spoke to him on a Wednesday. By Monday, I was working for Black Rifle Coffee Company in Manchester, Tennessee.
You could tell, I think, instantly when I met John, he was the right guy for the job. He's always positive. He's always like, yes, sir, no, sir, come on, let's go, guys. A good senior NCO is a guy that breathes like hyper positive influence into the entire organization. And one of the things that we talked about really early was psychology is more infectious than the flu. I was like, I can't lose by hiring this guy. He's gonna take the company from where it was to where it needs to be, and it won't take that guy nearly as long as it would have taken me.
Coming here to Black Rifle is the first time that I could really say that I've transitioned to a civilian role, because there's only been one other time in my career that I walked into that type of situation, not knowing anybody, and felt instantly at home. And the second time was walking into the facility in Manchester, Tennessee. Everyone bouncing ideas off each other and being able to really look and say, we're gonna build this facility and then it's gonna produce the best coffee in the world. That was the start of my real military transition. Because I wasn't worried about going back and reliving 26 years, 10 months, and 9 days of the Marine Corps. It was now about process improvement. It was about how to take all these existing processes and streamline them so that we can make the best coffee ever. When they have good leadership, they make the coffee with love. They ship it with love. They market it with love. Bottom line, show the love.